Alright, welcome back, folks. This is part 2. Let's continue our journey on creating a skeleton pony. We were working last time on the backbone. And now we're switching over to the arms, shoulders, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the move and make sure that we make adjustments. Tool we are currently on the rib cages, so now we're switching over. Hey, don't drink my water. You got water right there. Hey, other water elsewhere. That's my waters. Sorry. There we go. Drink your water. There we go. Back to shoulder blade. We are just making adjustments. There you go. Stretch this out back. Move this forward. Let's go ahead and shrink this. Could merge them, which I think we will now. Let's make sure our two are the same. That one and that one. And merge down. Yes. So let's go ahead and shrink this because this is one of the smaller ones. It's all about portion. And don't be afraid to head back and make adjustments to the shoulder blade itself. Let's see here. Hello, hello, yes, welcome, welcome. I got things all caught up. There we go. That's better. Hopefully the music's not as loud as it was last time. I made adjustments there, so. Let's go ahead and merge these two. So that one and that one. Alright, merge down. Once again, we're just going to make sure these are lined up properly. So this is like the elbow joint. We'll make sure that they're fitting snugly. Perfect. Ooh, I don't like this music. Let's change it. It's a little slow. Dragon Dreams? Sure, that sounds good. Alright, we're going to merge these again. Okay, make sure that they are correct. And if you look at them, these are always larger, right? So as it goes down, it goes wider and wider. It doesn't do it on this one, but we will maintain this because it looks more accurate. You can do what you want on your pony, but you can do this. And merge down. Perfect. I'm going to shrink it down slightly. Perfect. This is where we definitely need to edit the hoof. Let's get merged down. Correct. This binds these two together. Actually shrink this slightly. I don't want to do it too much though. Perfect. There we go. Okay. And we can now make a new folder. This will be front, arm, and hoof. Hooves, front hoof. Then we just move everything down into this folder. Shoulder will be separate. So we will need to bind these things. Well, let's go ahead and work on that. So let's go ahead and put in some detail into the backbone. Then we'll merge those as well. Once again, we're going to go to the move. I kind of want to shrink this. Especially the back tail. So we're just going to hit shift and shrink it. See how it's kind of spindly and wiry? So the bulk it's definitely going to get bulk from when we add like more detail to it. So I kind of shrunk it a little bit more using the move button. There's the shoulder. Let's go ahead and make a folder dedicated to the skull and jaw. We're not going to bind those, at least not yet. New folder for the shoulder. Then we're going to, this will be backbone and ribs. And then let's go ahead and start binding. These together. Is this the hip? I think this is the hip. Yep, that's the hip. Let's go ahead and make a new folder. Let's just get organized. Hip. Let's make sure everything is organized. And then this will be the back leg. So new folder. Make sure that everything is accurate.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I already played with you. This will be back leg. Okay, let's get organized here. That's the front leg. So this needs to go up to front. Yep, there we go. I said you want to stay organized, right? See? And then make sure everything is correct. So just go ahead and look at this. Just go ahead and hide the hip. See how this socket is already out of place? We're going to move that over. It's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and merge these. Merge down. Nope. Make sure that you're on the right thing. So make sure you're on the right symbol and then merge down. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring back the hip now that we know that that's correct. Okay. Since we're here, let's go ahead and start manipulating the hip. Let's get some, once again, we're just going for general shapes. Nothing is set in stone here. So just go ahead and push that in. I feel like I should subdivide this a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and, there we go. Right now I am currently just making sure. Let's go ahead and shrink this down. Let's go ahead and subdivide this now. By doing that, you hit Control D. Do that twice. This allows us to pull and push more symbols. We'll push this back towards this. be connected. Perfect. It looks like there's like a hole. Yep, there's a hole right there. I'm going to exaggerate just a little bit. Remember, we want this to be circular. So out of that square, we subdivided it multiple times, and now we have access to what appears to be a circular pattern here. Let's go ahead and shrink this a little bit more, and then expand. And we want to make sure that this socket is completely covered. Let's make sure that, we could do it a little bit more. We'll pull this out just a little bit more. Because we don't want them to touch, but we do want this to be like somewhat closed, right? And when dealing with 3D objects, you have to keep in mind, let's see here. So you don't want them to touch, because when you mirror it, when you mirror and weld it, you'll get some artifacts, which you don't want. However, mirroring doesn't usually have that problem. Not always, but it doesn't normally have that problem. And then expand this just slightly. That should be good for now. Remember, this can all be adjusted later on. Moving on towards the leg itself again. So we want to expand this. See how this is a lot longer? So we want this to be smaller, so scale. We want to scale it down, but we want to make it longer. So the best way to do that is to control, and then what's it? That's not control. It's recentered. Yeah, recentered, and then do it. We'll give you this little icon, and you want it to be where it's almost lined up properly. There we go. And then you want to expand. Ooh. We might want to merge these. We have not merged these. That's the front. So we should be up here, yes. Right, to move. It's a pretty long one, so we'll move this all the way it's pretty long. We have to have this part next, which will be the back side of it. This one's actually fairly long, but it's not as long as the bottom one. I might want to increase the size slightly, but when we do that, we need to shrink it. Okay, there's that one, and then that one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Now we once again merge down. Yep. And next, move this one over. We'll shrink it slightly. And remember, the back is supposed to be longer than the front. So keep that in mind as you're doing this. So we're going to shrink that just a little bit. This one looks like it's the longest. So we're going to actually go a little bit wide. Is that correct? Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and merge these. Make sure these match. Yep, okay. Merge down. Correct. Let's go to the hoof. Scoot that on back. Nope, no subdivisions. No subdivisions, not yet. Once we do this, we will look out and have a see. Shrink it just slightly. Remember, on the back hooves, you generally want to be in the middle. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's good. Then merge down. Merge down. Okay. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Make sure that this leg is longer than the other ends. Than the other. It looks good. Okay, now it's time to do proportions. I mean, we can already tell, right? We can already tell that we got like a kangaroo going on here. So, in order to fix this, we need to go back and look at our model, right? So just look at it. This needs to be shorter, right? So we'll shrink this. Right, and then we will make adjustments again. think it needs to be a little bit smaller. I'm not going to go any smaller than that, and we're going to have to work on the other ones. Perfect. Shrink that slightly. Shrink it slightly. Oh, not too much. There we go. Okay, that's looking quite a bit more proportionally correct. You might want to increase the hoof size, however. Just a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. So now that we've got this, let's go ahead and look at everything together. Zoom out. Okay. What do we need to do here? Okay. So yes, definitely work on the backbone again. This time we're going to go clay buildup, because what we did last time is we shrunk it. And now we're going to add to the back. We need to add these little spines, right? We need to line up properly. It's already got it, you can see it. But as we smoothed it out, just a little bit. The spines appears to be mostly on the back, right? The vertebrae. Looks like it's pretty smooth on a lot of them. Maybe we're not going to do that. If we're going to do it, this would be the time to do it. So instead of that, we're just going to make sure that our symmetry is on. And just to have like some distinguish, we're going to just simply add little segments. Doesn't have to be accurate or anything like that. Our goal is to just have representation. Okay. So look, see. Not bad. I feel like we need to doctor it up a little bit more on the spines. Just put more emphasis. That's looking pretty good. On your critter, you can do whatever you like. Some might want like segmented. I like it where it looks like one complete skeletal structure. I have done segments before, and I mean it looks alright. But at the end, it's kind of like, you know, there's not much difference to what this is right now. Okay. Next, we're going to do scaling. I think I want to increase the rib cage just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. That's looking pretty good. Looking pretty sharp. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to head back towards the skull. And just going to go ahead and do some removal. Now we're going to start doing some actual detail on the skull. We're going to start removing clay. Previously we were just shifting around with the move, and now we're actually going to start removing it with the clay buildup. It's an aggressive brush. Make it a little bit bigger. Really carving into it. Yeah, see how it's like pushing back the clay? Now there's multiple ways to do this. For skeletons, especially ones that are like going to be 3D printed and stuff like that, you definitely want to make sure that your that you have one solid skull, right? And something that you have to watch out for is you have to be able to support this massive head, right? Which is another reason why we're going to go with armor. Let's go ahead and subdivide this a little bit. 1, 2. As a matter of fact, it might be better to simply... Okay. So, now that we got this basic design, we now need to make a hole into it. We will do that next. So, in order to make a hole, right, we need to open up skull. We're going to append we'll go with sphere. We're going to adjust the scale. Oh, no, not the skull. We're going to adjust the scale. Pull this out. Shrink it. Shrink it. duplicate this. Actually, we're going to duplicate and then mirror. It's deformation. Yep, mirror. Perfect. Make sure that these nostrils are appropriate. We'll go up to here. These need to be here. So up here. Up here. Let's go ahead and add a new folder. Well, maybe. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw. Just to make sure that we're covered. So, okay, cap locks need to be turned off. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go live boolean. And instead of this needs to be subtract. Yep, subtract. See how we got these holes right here? Those are live booleans. Keep those there, and that's our nostrils. See how they are? That is perfect. We could do it with the eyes and stuff like that, but we wanted to make sure that these are clear, distinct, right? Okay, so that's how you do that with nostrils. Next we're going to need teeth. Horse teeth are very strange, as you can tell. They have like these big, molars, and they have these strange, are they incisors? I think they're incisors. Canines? No. Okay. I don't think they even have canines, or they're underdeveloped canines. Let's go ahead and make these a little bit bigger. Flatten this out a little bit. Kind of like a bird. I'm going to smooth this out a little. Do I need to separate these a little? I might need to separate them a little. Let's just smooth this out a little. Okay, for these booleans, just try. Let's look. Just slightly. Mirror. Duplicate and then mirror. Duplicate and then mirror. Okay, this shouldn't do it. the nose kind of like sticks out like that. Push this, but no. Goes on a little upward curve. Just going to delete this one again. Like I said, it's a lot of experimentation. Let's try to just move this off to the side like this. And then duplicate. Duplicate. And then mirror. And then go back to booleans. Let's try pulling them forward a little bit. So we'll delete this. Pull forward and then out. And shrink slightly. Let's try it. Like I said, this is all experimentation, guys. So don't be afraid to be like, is that correct? I don't think so. And then try something different. So duplicate. And mirror. And then subtool is have a look-see. Be afraid to experiment. Is that what I'm going for? Kind of. Kind of. I think we're closer. We'll come back to it. I'm not happy with it. Because I think we need to push this back a little bit. So let's try that. Move. Try making them just slightly smaller, right? So what we'll do is we'll make them slightly smaller. It looks like we're getting close. Let's just shrink it just a little bit. Duplicate. kind of like need to be pointed down. Pointed up. So delete that. Yep. Duplicate here. I think we're going to be really close here. Boolean and Boolean. I feel like that's it. And then I feel. Let's smooth this out. Let's see if we can. Shrink it just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good right there. I feel like I need to inflate that, so let's go ahead and inflate the nostrils. Where's the nostrils? Or not the nostrils, but the nose itself. So we need to inflate. Not that much. After a little coaxing, I think we've done it. Let's go ahead and smooth out some of the stuff. Inflate the eyebrows. So go ahead and head back over to the move. Perfect. Okay, we have to make sure that those distinct chins come up. So. Alright, next we need teeth. So the best way to do teeth is to choose your selective. And then are we ready to make this into a poly? Was it a poly thing? So next we need teeth. Let's go ahead and add teeth. So append. For the molars, the back teeth, we're going to go with squares or cylinders. We're going to go with squares. Oop. Remember, always go from left to right. Always remember to do that, especially if you're going to be mirroring. Oop. Right, looks like they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4, 4. Okay, that's easy enough. Shrink. And then once again, we're going to need to subdivide this. These teeth can't be massive. Right. It's got to fit on the below and above. You can extend it slightly. Now it's time to subdivide. Once you're happy with the location it is, now it's time to subdivide. So 1, 2, and you can see how much more smoother it is. And now we can start shaping it. We need the move button once again, and we're going to shrink it down. Let's go ahead and hide the jaw. We need to bring these forward. Probably like a 20. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a molar after all. Let's go ahead and hide the skull now. This is how much stuff we got to work with. So now we can do clay buildup. Let's go small. Now we're just going to add some clay to make sure that's not the same. Now we're going to remove some clay. Don't have to be aggressive here, because we want to keep the shape, right? The primary shapes. Right. Okay. Now that we have the primary shapes of the molar, now we can expand it, and we need to probably turn down the intensity quite a bit, to probably maybe 10, and then we'll need to smooth it out. That way it's still got like the divots and stuff like that. There we go. But it keeps the primary shape, right? And there you go. You've got a molar. Boom, boom, boom. feel like we need to probably go to the move button. Yeah, move. We're going to push this in. Yeah, push this in, push it in. Just to give us a little bit more definition. And then smooth it out. Let's bring back the skull, have a look-see. Is that good positioning? Let's go ahead and bring it down just a little bit. And just go ahead and bring back the jaw. It means we can move this up just a little bit. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Since we've got a good start, and move it back. Now we're going to want to shrink this slightly. Not a lot, just slightly, because teeth change as you go from back to forward. What we can do is simply just rotate it. You have 4 sides of which you can use, and just simply by rotating it and shifting it, you'll get all the sides, right? And don't forget, you want to shrink it just a little bit more. Push that a little bit further ahead. Then we've got 4 teeth, so duplicate it one more time. And then this one should be completely 180. Yep, there we go. And don't forget to shrink it just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And it should be following the jawline. That looks correct. Now remember, we're going to simply be mirroring these over. So what we need next is we need the incisors, right? So we need teeth, right? There. So this is where we get the horse teeth. And these are actually fairly sharp. New folder. This will be teeth, top teeth. Let's go ahead and move all these bad boys into the top teeth. Boom, boom, boom. And once again, we need to push these over. Yes. Please save. Alright, we're at the 1 hour mark of this tutorial. Thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate. I will be transferring over. I'll stop this recording, and then I will be transferring over to doing hair of Lady Galanthus. So I will see you in the next tutorial as we continue this hourly advancement. Step-by-step process of making an undead pony. Thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate it.